It's to bring out the shine in me. Come on, tell them it's to bring out the shine. It's to bring out the shine in me. Then these men were bound in their coats. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the fire exceedingly hot, the flames of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Did you catch that? I'm telling you, if you will stand on principle, I'm telling you, if you will come to recognize that your test is here to reveal your inner splendor, your inner genius, I'm telling you, if you will give yourself the capacity to not doubt, as Jesus said, you can say to this mountain, be ye thou cast into the sea, and it shall be done. But you can't doubt. Tell somebody, don't doubt. Don't doubt. Judge not according to the appearances. What did I say? Judge not according to the appearances. Everything in the outer apparent realm is transitioning. It's changing. It's coming into full focus. The golden idols that look so strong and so dominant, like Goliath, the bigger they are. Come on, the bigger they are. Come on, the bigger they are. The bigger they are. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. I'm telling you, whatever that big mountain is in your experience today, stop showing your God those big mountains and start showing those big mountains your big God. That's what the three Hebrew boys did. I got an answer for you, Nebuchadnezzar. If my God doesn't save me, I'm still not doing it. But in the act of placing them in the fire, those that carry out the bogus agenda, those that are on the side of your demise, if you're standing on faith, on their way to be a destructive force in your life, they'll get burned up themselves. Are you hearing me? Say with me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. These three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast three bound men into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. How many of you will dare to walk in the midst of the fire and have no hurt? Most of us are not suffering from hatred, we're suffering from hatred. We're walking around in the fire, living inside of the hatred from things that have happened so many years ago. Tell somebody, I'm not going to let the hatred stop me. I'm not going to let the hatred stop me. He says they're walking around, O king. You see, the tattletale remains in the story the whole time. They're walking around, O king, in the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the fourth, we put 3 in there, but there's a fourth one. There's a fourth one. It's the same fourth one that was with Moses when he parted the Red Sea. It's the same fourth one that was with Daniel when he was in the midst of the lion's den. It's the same fourth one that was there when they placed the nails in his hands and strung him up on a cross. It's the same fourth one that was there at that time that is here now. I don't care who is running for president. I want you to know there's a fourth one in the race. There's a fourth one in the race. There's a fourth one in the race. Stop bowing down to these golden statues. Powerless nothings. There's a fourth one in the fire right now. And it says that this fourth one is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High, come forth and come hither. And then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire. Now watch this, so that they're locked up in the fire. But the king, seeing that they're walking around, recognizes, and this is the thing, when you stand forth and you are tested and your genius is revealed, the glory of God is starting to be revealed in your life, and those with real authority will bow in the presence of the true living God. Are you hearing me? Bring those boys out of the fire. Because if their God can do this, I know mine can. Did you hear what I said? Tell somebody, I'm trading gods today. I'm trading God. I'm trading God. I want the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I want the God that will show up with me in the hospital room, Jazz. I want the God that will stay with me in the interview. I want the God that will be there in the HR office when all manner of wrong has been assailed against me. I want the God that will walk into the courtroom and say, I object to this madness. I'm talking about that kind of God. I want the God that will say, case, come on, dismiss. Debt is canceled. I'm talking about that kind of God. I don't know if you know that kind of God. It's the only kind I happen to know. It's the only kind I happen to ride with. I'm like those 3 Hebrew boys. I just keep getting in the fire. But I know that if I get into the fire, if I stand in the fire, I will be brought forth as pure gold. I'm talking about the real thing. Say the real thing. My real and true authentic nature. Come on, my real and true authentic nature. You're moving from this place of cowardly faith. And you stand in a place of unshakable faith. Say, I've got unshakable faith. I have unshakable faith. When I first came here, I hadn't even made it. And the board was terrified. There was a person that worked on the staff that was terrifying the board. And I had been hired to come here to be the minister. And they didn't know how to make a decision. They didn't know what to do because this person was so powerful in their minds. And we had Skype back then. Rev Kev, what are we supposed to do? This guy is running havoc, and we don't know what to do. I said, it's 9 of you. It's one of him. I said, listen, there is still only one presence and one power active in the universe and in your life, and it's not him. Remember what you've been taught. Shortly thereafter, that person wasn't working here any longer. And they found the God that stands in the fire with you. I want that kind of God. Y'all want to hear what the rest says so we can finish this? Bring him out of the fire. Bring him out. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the kings and counselors gathered together and saw these men whose bodies the fire had no power. nor was a hair in their head singed. Neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Isn't it great? Isn't it great that you don't look like what you've been through? Isn't it great that you don't smell like what you've been through? Talk to me today. God will remove the scent. No harm shall come nigh thee, because thou hast made the Lord thy God thy dwelling place. Say, I'm staying right there in the spout where the blessings pour out. I'm staying right there until my help comes. Tell somebody help is on the way. Tell them help is on the way. 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 Whatever the seeming appearance is, this is a whole testimony of what 3 little boys chose to do with the little mustard seed, the little mustard seed, the little mustard seed of faith that they had. What about me and what about you? Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now he's changing gods. Because sometimes we are believing in the God of Fox News, of CNN, of C-SPAN. At some point, you've got to get in tune with the idea that there is still something greater operating in the universe that wakes you up in the morning, that compels you to put on your robe, put on your finery, face life. And remember, I am the one God sent. I am the 4th one God sent. If you are in a situation, here I am, Lord. Send me. I've got enough faith to stand with you when it's hard. You see, the other thing that we forgot about that definition, what do we say the other thing trouble is about? Huh? Who took notes like I asked you to? What is it? What is it? What is it? Public unrest or disorder. That's what trouble is. You and I allowing the presence of God to show us a vision of a world that is incomplete without your love and your light and your presence in it. A world that is indeed inclusive of all people, that is affirming of everyone. When you get so full of that idea, you may be a disturbance to the public order of things. I know that the counselors and the princes and the judges and the politicians and everybody, the pundits and everybody else is going along with this foolish binary, this polarized world, but I understand a different kind of trouble, a good trouble, a necessary trouble. We need to learn how to get in some good trouble on purpose. Tell somebody you got something in your hands. You got something in your hands. We're not in trouble, America. Did you hear what I said? We're in transition. There's a dying of the belief in an old guard that sits up high and looks down low and controls and separates and populates the world with haves and have-nots. That old icon is coming, come on, down. We're in transition. We're changing. We're saying you belong to me. It's too late. I already love you. Let's go do this thing together. Are you hearing me? We're not buying into the old scripts. And we're standing into the pseudo-authorities, saying to them, arrest me if you want to. Lock me up and put me away if you want to. But I know a prison-breaking out God. I know a law-changing God that has no acquaintance with you and your kind. Are you hearing me? Tell somebody that God is still with us. That God is still with us. Sending us, assisting us to change our minds, change our perceptions, change our positions, have something in our mouth to say, have enough faith to look at the appearance and say, get thee behind me. And you got something in your hand you can use in this society. It's called your vote. Don't let them have you to believe that you're powerless. That's why they build the thing up so tall and so big and talk about it all day long, because they want you to forget about how big and tall and how magnificent you are. Don't let yourself be talked out of your magnificence. God in you, the hope of glory. Let's wrap it up. I think you've had enough. I think you've had enough. So how does the story end? Can't leave you hanging there. Then King Nebuchadnezzar spake and blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies that they may not serve nor worship any God except their own God. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language would speak anything amiss and against the God. This is true politicians now. I'm now deputizing God. Isn't that something? This is what he's doing. Therefore, I make a decree that every people, nation, and language would speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut into pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. And here's what happens if you'll just trust. Have a little faith. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. If you will withstand the test, if you'll run into good trouble, trusting that God has already gone before you in your circumstances, you will be promoted out of your sickness, out of your depression, out of the financial crisis that you continue to face. You will turn your test into God's next best testimony. And so it is written, and so I have spoken it, and so you have heard it, and so it is. Amen and amen.
Was a time in my life when I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was easy.
give them some love and appreciation? Singing one of the agape favorite hits. I release and I let go. Yeah. How many of you ready to go walk in the fire and not get burned this week? How many of you ready? Something is being cooked up in you this week. Some courage is being released in you this week. Some power is walking with you this week. I want you to go back in your week this week and fear not. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Whatever it is you're praying about this week, just let it go. Say, I trust God completely. Come on, I trust God completely in every area of my life. I want you to test it this week. Let yourself be bested this week. Say, I'm being bested this week. And when you see it, you'll know what it is, won't you? Let's give God thanks for this wonderful service today. So grateful for this place. Give our live streamers some more love and appreciation. Thanks for being with us, live streamers. We've come to that point in our worship experience where we are given the opportunity to serve God with our tithes, our love offerings, our supporting gifts of this ministry. And what a ministry it is. Those that serve in front of you and behind the scenes. Let's give thanks to those that participated in Hands-on Unity Day, and to your staff and everyone that's working around the clock. Your gifts allowed this ministry to keep on keeping on and to do great things in the world. And I'm so proud of us. So let's take a moment to bless our tithes, our love offerings, however you've come prepared to give, however you are now inspired to give. I'm using my cell phone. I'm giving through my Unity of Sacramento app. There is a QR code on the screen and one behind you. You may also give in the envelope that is in front of you. If you're using the envelope, please make sure to indicate your contact information so that as we're recording your gifts, you'll have a record of it when you need it for your tax purposes. And now let's just take a moment to hold the apparatus, however you're giving. And just feel now moving through you. Freedom, power, joy, abundance, every good and perfect thing, health and wholeness moves in and through you and is a blessing to that which you give. And so repeat after me: divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies this offering. It blesses me as the giver. It blesses Unity of Sacramento as the receiver, and returns to me blessed and multiplied. Thanks, God, and so it is. Amen and amen. Those of you in our live stream audience, feel free. There should be a link that you can use to make your gifts to Unity of Sacramento. Remember, all of your gifts are tax deductible. I'm going to use my gift. Ushers, you may come forward now and receive the offerings. And thanking those of you who are recurring givers to this ministry. If it were not for these recurring givers to Unity of Sacramento, where would we be? Give our recurring givers some love and appreciation and encouragement. That means these are individuals who have said, Rev Kev, whether I am in the building or not, my support will be represented through my gifts. My tithes will come on a recurring basis. Yes? And we're grateful for that. If you would like to be a recurring giver to this ministry, you can do that through downloading the free Unity of Sacramento app and designating a certain amount that you'd like to give. We would love it to be your tithe. And in doing so, this will help us on a recurring basis. So even when you're on vacation, your gift will be supporting the work here at Unity of Sacramento. Yes? Because you'd like to come back and have a church, wouldn't you? Okay. You know how it is. Say, well, I'm on vacation. I'm not going to pay my house note. Well, take care of God, right? Let's have some reminders, and then we'll prepare to leave our service today. Carla?
Thank you again. And Rev, I just have to say, you earned those robes, and I appreciate them, but you are the definition of church sharp today. I'm just letting you know. We see you. We see you. We see you. All right. So good morning. And first thing is, did everybody Young Person's Sunday? Yes. It was amazing. Every month we do this. It's just getting better and better. And mark your calendars for our next Young Person's Sunday on October 29th. And just a special thanks not only to the young people, but the families and all of the volunteers that had all that happening and committed to making it go amazing. Thank you. All right. And of course, we must give a shout out to the fabulous Hands on Unity Day crew that were here yesterday. Thank you so much. If you were here, you're constantly making this place a beautiful place to be. Thank you. And of course, mark your calendar. September 8th is right around the corner for our summer concert. Yes. It's our end of summer concert fundraiser, Living in the Overflow, a spiritual journey celebrating the music of the wonderful Rev. Charles Cooper Jr. Yes. Summer Sizzle tickets are only $25 through next Sunday. Summer Sizzle, I love Deb's stuff. I love it. So the price, the next Sunday, August 13th, is the last day you can get your tickets for $25. Then the prices will go up incrementally until the week of the concert, and they'll be at full price at $35, okay? And you were handed a slip, and if you didn't have one, you can get one back at the usher table as well. You can get your ticket that way. The easiest way to purchase is using the online link or the QR code, or you can fill out the slip with the payment and information and put it in the God box or hand it to one of the ushers or staff members. Ticket price for children 12 and under will remain $10 for the entire time of the sales. And information for our live streamers, there will be information in the chat shortly for you to follow as well. And please be sure to tell your family and friends, because you already know we don't want anybody to miss another fabulous music production that we put on. And this is going to be a phenomenal event, of course, put on by our choir director, Redalia, and Chet, our amazing ministerial music director. So you all know these concerts are amazing, so tell your friends and family. In order to put on the concert, of course, we do need help and assistance for a successful and seamless event. Ushers, greeters, setup, cleaning, breakdown. If you're willing to volunteer, please sign up. There is a sheet in the lobby, or you can send an email to office@unityofsacramento.com. The more hands, the merrier, and the easier things go, so please feel free to help. And it doesn't have to be the whole entire night. If you can volunteer an hour or two, just let whoever you're signing up with, let them know that's what you can do. But we take any assistance we can get. The other important thing this concert needs is singers. If you would like to be in the concert, please let Chet or Redalia know by 1 p.m. today, meaning after church, of course, in the Friendship Hall. This is the final rehearsal where you can still join in time for the concert. We are lagging a little bit in our Show Us the Love fundraiser. Be sure to tell your friends and family about our shoe drive and see if we can get our goal to 100 bags. So all of you that have put those shoes in your trunk and you keep forgetting to bring them in. Guilty. All right. Please check the information table in the lobby for your information on the shoe drive as well as other events. Last but not least, we do have a couple housekeeping items regarding our parking lot. We've noticed some cars have parked in the marked handicap spaces that do not have a handicap placard or sticker. This is a safety issue as well as a possible citation issue. We've got plenty of regular spaces in our parking lot. Please show love by leaving the marked handicap spaces open for our members and guests who truly need them. Additionally, it has come to our attention that some attending our services and events are also parking in our neighboring businesses' parking spaces. They previously asked us to leave those free for their customers, so help us be good neighbors by utilizing only our parking lot, please. Thank you. And thank you so much for the attention. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here today. Please feel free to come into the Friendship Hall and get a chance to get to know each other. We have our coffee, Savi Coffee House is open today, and we will have our coffee clutch as well. Thank you so much.
Let's rise up as we prepare to depart our service today. Thank you so much for your consciousness, your love. As we close our service and sing out, "We all belong." And I'll see you in the coffee clutch. We all belong?
We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong to the family of God.
We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong
We all belong
to God's infinite love.
And together we'll walk hand in hand.
Side by side.
Side we will
Take a stand.
take a stand.
We will stand up for
stand
love
up for love.
all over the world.
All over the world. We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong
We all belong to the family of God. We belong.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And together
with open hearts and hands, everywhere we go, we'll take a stand. We will stand up for love all over the world. 'Cause we all belong.
we all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong
We all belong to the family of God. We belong.
Amen and amen. God bless you, everyone. Amen.